typically when NC State hosts Duke, fireworks happen, Wes. Yep. How's it going to happen tonight?
Terquavion Smith breaks David Thompson's single-game scoring record.
Don't say that while I'm drinking water. Jeez.
You shouldn't have any liquids in the studio anyway.
Shh. Don't tell anybody, Wes. Nobody's watching. No, so Giglio and I were talking about that earlier. Like, it's going to have to be one of those types of games where a dude does his thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, because where Duke is right now, Duke is looking for their Terquavion Smith. I mean, Duke. Let me ask you this. I mean, when you look at Duke's scoring, okay, you look at their regular season scoring stat sheet. They have 4 guys averaging 10 or more points. If you look at their conference game stat sheet of the conference play, they have 2 guys averaging 10 or more points, but those 2 guys aren't any of the 4 that I listed in the regular season scoring sheet. So Duke is kind of finding their way with their versatility, their flexibility, their health, all those things. So it's a different kind of Duke team right now. Now, it can become a team that has a go-to guy that, gets them 16 to 20 or whatever the case may be. But right now, if you're looking for somebody that you can count on, I mean, the best count-on guy in the game tonight might be Terquavion Smith, and rightly so, given his propensity to carry a team from a scoring perspective. Dan Bonner and I were talking today, kind of in preparation as we were watching Duke's workout. I mean, you think about Terquavion Smith, you probably got to go back to Eric Green of Virginia Tech to find a high-volume, high-scoring player in the ACC who's capable of carrying a game like this.
I was going to say it's not the person you want to be compared to.
No.
Well, I mean, for those he won the Player of the Year.
For those who don't remember Eric Green, he was a fantastic player who put up huge numbers night in, night out for a bad Virginia Tech team. But anyway,
last place.
Let me go this route. Okay, Giglio, try this one. Is TJ Warren that kind of player?
Well, they made the NCAA tournament, so.
Okay. I mean, the point being here, you got a guy who is a go-get guy who could go get you 40. And it may take that tonight. I don't know that it will. I mean, I think tonight, to be honest with you, one of the fascinating pieces of this game is DJ Burns and Ryan Young. I mean, because Young is coming off a ball game where he's 7 of 7 from the floor. He's like 12 of 13 in his last 2 games. Mm-hmm. And you got a Burns guy. Now, DJ should have stayed on the floor longer the other night at Clemson. He got in too much foul trouble. But Burns is somebody you're probably going to have to find a way to lean on tonight. And he could be an impactful player in this game as well for NC State.
Wes Durham from the ACC Network ESPN joining us here as he does every Wednesday on the Heister Automotive Group Hotline. It's Joe Ovies. I'm Joe Giglio. All right, Wes, I'm going to ask you a little bit about Jon Scheyer. Obviously, you've spent a lot of times in pregame warm-ups and walkthroughs with Mike Krzyzewski. Just give me an idea of how the two differ and how they handle the team and how they handle their players.
Well, I think number one, Jon has got a terrific grasp on what he wants his Duke basketball program to be, Joe. And I think that's the one thing I've noticed in the 2 games I've had, this one in Boston College, and ironically, Dan and I are on their next 3 games after tonight. Visits to BC, home game with Pitt, and a road game at Clemson. So we're going to get a pretty good grasp of what he wants to do. To me, the communication, the efficiency, by the way, that they go through things, stuff like that has been kind of earmarked by me just in terms of a bit of a change. But you got to remember when I came to television 10 years ago, Mike Krzyzewski was 30-odd years into a program and had won national championships and kind of had it molded and systemed the way he wants. Jon is definitely, I think, putting his personality on Duke basketball, and I think he does a terrific job. I'm excited to see what he's building and how he's going to do it in the image that he would like to see Duke go.